Dayo, Adeosun, and I am currently the founder and CEO of SudoCat, which is a gaming and trading platform, which allows you to play, trade, earn, where you can play games and earn money and then eventually trade that. Today, I'll be speaking on crypto in Africa. So I'm based in New York City in Lagos, Nigeria. That's where I spend most of my time. And I've built a crypto project built on speculation before. And I've also built projects built on utility. And I think Africa serves as the number one place for building products that have utility in crypto. And then I think in the US, you have, is probably the best place to build speculation-based crypto products. So I believe Africa is the future of Web3 because Africa is where most of the utility-based crypto applications are coming from. It's not about speculation. It's really about survival. Whether it's in Nigeria, Tanzania, Uganda, Congo, South Africa, there are many builders in Africa who are building in crypto to survive. So the main use cases in Africa for crypto are, first, I would say peer-to-peer payments and peer-to-peer swapping and just payments. So when I set up my Binance account in Africa, I use WhatsApp to purchase USDT. And when I use WhatsApp to purchase from using Binance in Africa, I realized the process of buying crypto in somewhere like Lagos, Nigeria is totally different than buying crypto in New York City, where you can just get a Coinbase account, buy USDC, start swapping immediately. You have to work with third-party resellers to essentially find the price, the amount, the supply of a token you want through a WhatsApp or messaging-based product in Africa and most places in Africa today. Secondly, remittances. Remittances are one of the number one use cases. So a lot of Nigerians, a lot of Africans, they get money, they work in the US, they work in foreign lands, and they send money back to their mom, their grandparents, there's their little brother, their little sister, and they do that through many different products, and most of those products are charging them 10%, 8% on transaction fees to send money back home. Crypto allows you to do it for 1%. You can send Bitcoin back home, you can send USDC back home, ETH back home, and the transaction fees are a lot less. You have Bitcoin. So Africa is serving as one of the number one places for Bitcoin because there is a huge energy problem where over 300 million people don't necessarily have energy and electricity. And so Bitcoin is becoming a solution to use your electricity to earn Bitcoin to eventually fund or supply energy and electricity to local communities, villages, etc. And so the energy opportunity and the Bitcoin opportunity are best sought out in Africa, and that's why Jack Dorsey was just in Kenya for Bitcoin Kenya, because a lot of the new novel innovations for Bitcoin are going to come from using excess energy to power villages and communities in Africa. Savings and stablecoins. So a lot of people talk about stablecoins. Stablecoins are the number one business model, I guess, in crypto. Nigeria specifically, is one of the highest users of stablecoin. So there's many different apps, there's many different founders, but I would say that stablecoins are used as an inflation hedge because there's many African countries that are suffering from double-digit inflation, so like 10%, 20%. I went to middle school in Nigeria, and it was 200 naira for $1, and today it is 1,000 and 1,500 naira for $1. That's the situation for a lot of people in many different countries in Africa, and stablecoins is a solution for that, along with Bitcoin and purchasing other cryptos. There's payments and microloans and identity. So on the payments front in Africa, we're seeing a lot of different ways to do cross-border payments. So business-to-business payments, agriculture-based payments, a lot of payments that were previously just done through cash. We're finding ways to get these done through crypto rails. And then microloans, there's a lot of projects, a lot of founders, a lot of entrepreneurs in Africa. How they fund their businesses today are through microloans. They're starting to do this through crypto. And then identity. So Ethiopia is kind of leading the way in identity, but because over 50% of Africans are unbanked, identity is relatively new. A lot of people are just coming on to Facebook, Instagram, these other social applications. Identity is another huge opportunity in Africa. So, I believe Africa crypto founders are going to be some of the biggest founders leading the world. Elon Musk is an African crypto founder. There's many other African crypto founders that I think are going to, take the world by storm, doing a lot of cool projects. And I think this is the time to bet on African founders. I believe we saw this meme coin created by the Central African Republic, okay? And we saw the Argentinian meme coin. We saw the Trump meme coin. I think we are going towards an African coin. And I know there's many nations in Africa thinking of dropping their own token for their country, presidents and things like that. And I think there will be a way to have one African coin to unite the 54 countries. It's going to take some time. Okay, so the current economic landscape of Africa right now is that there's 350 million adults unbanked. 1 out of 2 Africans are unbanked. So these people are not in the current financial system. They don't have a Chase. They don't have a Bank of America. They don't have, they don't have the rails to get onto the credit system, the MasterCard Visa system that the U.S. has pioneered. There's inflation, currency devaluation, remittance inefficiencies. The amount of real use cases that African founders are solving for are actually outrageous. The average founder in Africa is working on a stablecoin product right now. Whether it's WhatsApp stablecoin payments, Telegram stablecoin payments, you're seeing things where you're going from your local bank account to USDT or USDC in under 1 minute. But not all of these products are getting the light of day because speculation is really dominating the attention right now. So we saw that Nigeria arrested one of the guys at Binance, and the U.S. also arrested the CEO of Binance. Okay, so we think that some of these African countries are going to become the leaders in regulatory clarity for the entire crypto space. And because a lot of businesses that want to do stablecoins or want to do bridging or cross-chain transactions have to come to Africa, they are trying to figure out regulatory clarity on who to go to, what to partner with, which countries in Africa are going to be lenient. And right now, with Trump in office, I think we're going to see a lot of positivity in the regulatory clarity in Africa going forward. So I think crypto is the #1 financial tool for African liberation. So in Africa, the first, financial tool that was really used widely was called M-Pesa. And M-Pesa was a form of mobile money that essentially gave the Venmo founders the idea to do Venmo. And that idea was that you could use mobile phone minutes to transact with others. So there was already ways to essentially use minutes, which you could think of as tokens, to pay for certain things in Kenya, Ethiopia, and many other places. So we think the tools and the ways to get unbanked online have already been solved in Africa. Now it's about bringing this to crypto rails and not just fintech solutions in Africa. So Like I said earlier, stable coins are, an inflation hedge. Crypto remittances, peer-to-peer transactions. And I think one thing that's really important for Africa going forward is having the confidence to build this new financial world we're going into. Africans directly deal with the products of not being able to, you go from Nigeria to Ghana and you might not have the local currency. You go from Kinshasa to the other Congo, right? And you might not have the currency. And those are like two different countries that are literally separated by a river. So Africans have to come together for Africa to make the new rules, the new economic rules for the 21st century. And I think in this decade, that's what's happening. So we did a hackathon 4 weeks ago in Lagos, Nigeria, and we got over 200 applications building different types of NFT marketplaces, stablecoin, swap applications, bridging tools, NFTs, and just all types of things. And I think what the hackathon showed us was that there's literally untapped potential, not just in Africans that are going to consume crypto projects, but in Africans that want to build crypto projects. And I think we've seen that the community organization around Africans, specifically, you see Nigerian Twitter, you see all these Twitters where some of the strongest communities in crypto are coming from these African communities. South Africa has a very strong crypto community, and there's going to be ways for the DAOs to form where, whether it's an investment fund DAO to invest in different projects in Africa, or whether it's a hackathon-based DAO, or whether it's a project incubator-based DAOs. There's many ideas that are being explored on ground, too many to mention, but I think DAOs will find their sweet spot in Africa. So just like some case studies that I've been working on in my time, me and my brother, we run a family office where we invest in sub-Saharan African companies as well as liquid crypto assets. And we're seeing MasterCard partner with ALX, which is a developer community, to build up developers that are building on Stacks blockchain. We're seeing Flow blockchain come in. ETH Nigeria, is developing a presence. We see Solana Super Team kind of developing a presence with Solana Super Team Nigeria, Super Team Congo, Super Team around. So I think where we're heading is that in pretty much any country in Africa, you can find innovation that you never even thought was possible, whether it's from using excess energy to earn Bitcoin to using DPIN to map the roads that are unmapped. I think there's really unlimited opportunity. Google Maps is not fully mapped in Africa. Starlink is also offering a solution as well. And so I think most of the Web3 innovation to come is most of the great ideas I'm seeing are in Africa. Me as an investor and founder, I'm finding a lot of great projects in Africa. And what's important is that they're solving real world problems, problems that are, sometimes about, payment delays and payment contributions and just many types of problems. And then we also see really cool DeFi, NFT, and play-to-earn projects as well. But I think that's closing it up. And if you want to follow up with me, you guys can follow my Twitter or follow my company's Twitter as well at SudoCat AI, where I just share thoughts on Africa as well as just scaling gaming and trading to the world. Thank you, guys.